Hi, Kath. So I'm going to send you a recording of a class we're doing at the moment, which actually, when I was reading through your session, there's a lot of stuff that's in there that we're doing. So I'm going to send you the recording of what we're doing at the moment. Plus, I'm just going to talk through some of the ones that aren't on the recorded session. Okay. So the first one was the V legs, which is on the recorded one, but it's slightly different to the one I wanted you to do. So we're sitting with the legs out in the V, flexion through the feet. We're going to walk those hands forward. And remember, with this one, we're looking for length through the back, so not scrunching down. So hinging from the hips, crown of the head reaching forward. And then we're going to walk the hand, so left hand over left foot, and then we're bringing the right arm over the top and then eyes to the ceiling. So we're getting that rotational stretch. Then we're going to walk the hands across the front, and again trying not to reach those shoulders up around your ears. And we're going to take hold of the right foot and then side bend over that right knee and eyes to the ceiling. So none of these you want to force. It should just feel like nice gentle stretching. Again, we're going to walk back across the front. We're going to do one more time to each side. So over the left foot, right arm over, eyes to the ceiling. And again, we're going to walk the hands back across the front. Hand on the right foot, left arm over the top and eyes to the ceiling. And then we're going to walk the hands back across to the center. Just have a nice deep breath in and out, seeing if you can take that chest a little bit lower towards the floor. And then scoop belly button to spine, rounds back up and stacking that spine. Brilliant. So we're going to grab the rollers now. So that was the next thing. It was obviously we're not using the rollers in the session, just to talk through the exercises on the roller. So we're sitting at the end of the roller, gently coming back down to lying, making sure that the crown of the head is comfortably there on the roller. The tailbone is also there, so you're not hanging off. Feet are nice and wide. Again, the stretches, I think I sent you, or using the roller to, because I know we did some loosening off around the shoulders, but that is on the Stretch YouTube and foam roller class I sent you, so I can always send you that again if you want to just reminder how we can get the roller into those tight muscles. So just having a little play with our neutral spine. So remember, we're curling that pelvis up and flattening through that lumbar spine, and then we're just going to curl our pelvis forward and feel that arching through that lumbar spine. So one more time, we're curling that pelvis up and flattening, and then rolling that pelvis forward and arching through the lumbar spine. So when we're working on the roller, we really want that pelvis curled up slightly, that lumbar spine to be nice and centered down into that foam roller. So we're going to float right and left arm up to the ceiling, drawing the shoulders down the back. On the in-breath, we're going to float the back of the hands down towards the floor, reaching those fingers away from you and trying to drop those shoulders down either side of the roller. Watch that rib cage. You don't want that rib cage popping up. You want that nicely centered. And then on the out breath, float those arms back up to the ceiling again. So one more time, in breath, we're taking the back of the hands down towards the floor, dropping those shoulders over the edge of the roller, keeping that rib cage down, and float the arms back up to the ceiling again. So palms facing away from you, shoulders sliding down your back. We're going to take the right arm up above the head, left hand down. Now again here, watch that rib cage. Keep it centered.
Keeping both hands on the floor, we're going to drag the fingers on the floor, bringing the left arm up, right arm down towards your toes and back up to the ceiling again. And we're going to change direction. So left arm comes up this time, right arm comes down, and then we're going to sweep both arms out to the side, ending with right arm up, left arm down, and take them both up to the ceiling. And again with these, don't force anything. If the hands need to lift off the floor, then just lift them up and take them back when you can. So we're going to do the double arm floats now. We're going to bring both hands down towards the feet, locking that rib cage down. Take the back of the hands to the floor, sweep both arms up above the head again, locking that rib cage down, and back up to the ceiling again. One more time. In breath, take the hands down, back of the hands to the floor, sweep them out to the side, bringing the arms up above the head, draw those shoulders down the back, lock the rib cage down, and floating up to the ceiling. So we're changing direction. So we're going to bring them up above the head. Remember, lock that rib cage down. Again, if the hands don't reach the floor, don't force it. And if you want, if it's feeling too much for you to have them straight, just bend those elbows slightly. And then we're going to sweep the arms back down to the feet and then back up to the ceiling again. Good. So one more time. In breath, over the head, lock that rib cage down, sweep the arms out to the side. Good, all the way down to your toes and back up to the ceiling again. So we're going to relax the hands down onto the floor. I'm going to do the tabletop leg, so the leg lifts on the roller. That really just helps because you need to stabilize yourself. That makes the core work a bit harder. I did put on there to do some single leg lifts. But I think due to the fact that I think you're stronger than you think through that core, and I think that was quite easy for you. So I think we're going to go straight on into the double. But of course, if you want to just have a practice, a single leg lift, and the priority is on that lumbar spine, that it doesn't move away from that roller. So you don't want to be hollowing, especially as you lower the leg, letting that back arch. So locking that back down. Good. So what we're going to do here now is, after a couple of single legs, we're going to take both legs up into tabletop. Again, locking that lumbar spine down. We talked about this. Longer the lever, the harder you're working. So if you're finding it hard to keep the back down, bring the knees up over your chest a little bit more. If you feel that's too easy, take those legs a little bit further away, and we're going to toe tap. So take the left toe to the floor and back up, and then taking the right toe to the floor and back up again. Good. So we're going to do that again. The longer the lever, so you can take that leg a bit longer as well. So reaching it out if you want to work harder. If you're struggling to keep the back down, bend the knee a bit more and bring that heel back towards the roller. Makes it a little bit easier for you there. Good. Again, progression. You can take one arm up to the ceiling, and that helps just to make you work a little bit harder there. And with these toe taps, I would be inclined to say maybe do about 8 to each side. You'll feel that core working. You don't want to be feeling it in your back. So at any point you start to feel it in your back, just stop, have a breather, and maybe just do a few more. Okay. So after that, hug those knees into your chest, and then we're very gently going to come off the roller. Come up to a seated position, and we're going to talk through the roll back C curve here. I have said some toe tap with the arms, so we'll talk through that as well when we come down to lying on the floor.
So with the knees bent, arms straight in front of you, shoulders down the back, we're going to scoop the belly button to spine, and then the belly button is C-curving that lower back, so we're rolling back. Now I know you said here that you felt your back a little bit, and I think that's because we were going a little bit straight down. So remember, you want to curl that pelvis underneath you, so really rounding through that back. Come down as low as you can go, that you feel these core muscles engaging. Try not to have any tension through the neck and shoulders. Keep them relaxed and roll and stack back up again. Good. So I'd be inclined to do maybe 4 or 5 of these. Progression, you can just sweep the arms. But again, if you're feeling it in your back, I would probably say just keep rolling back and up again till you feel that lumbar spine. It's all about getting articulation through that spine, moving that spine. So sometimes it just takes a bit of getting that spine to really feel like it's articulating there. Good. So once you've done about 4 or 5 of those, I would straighten the legs, flex through the feet, and just hinge forward. This is a really lovely stretch, especially if you've been working some of those back muscles. It just really stretches off the back and those hamstrings. You can grab hold of your toes, drop your head between the arms. And then we're stacking that spine. And then now we're going to go all the way down to the mat. So we're scooping belly button to spine. We're rounding down. We're coming down lumbar, thoracic. If you need to grab your thighs, do. All the way down and reaching those arms over the top. And just use this time to just have a nice stretch through that body. Think about trying to get that lumbar spine to just gently melt down into the mat there. Good. And then we're going to bend those knees. So we're going to talk back through the tabletop. So I sort of mentioned doing it with arms. So obviously this we will do on the floor. So again, locking that lumbar spine down, we're going to float one and then the other leg up to tabletop. And then we're going to do some arm circles with the legs in tabletop. So sweep them around and bringing them back up again. Good. Do those a couple of times, and then we're going to go into the toe tap. So with the toe tap, in fact, we're going to go for heel tap here. So we're going to tap our heel. We're going to lower the left heel. At the same time, we're going to bring that left hand down, and the right arm goes up above the head. And in breath, back to the center. On the out breath, we're going to change legs and arms. Good. So the same leg and arm goes down to the floor in front, and the opposite arm comes up above the head. Good. And again, the focus is on that lower back staying locked down into the mat there. So that's just talking through what we would talk, what I've written on your sheet about involving the arms with the toe tapping. Obviously on the roller, because you know got much more unstable surface, it's better to probably just keep one arm on the floor. Good. And just to talk through one other thing with the legs in tabletop, I've talked about dropping a knee out to the side. That's also a good one to do. When you drop the knee out, actually best thing probably is to place your hand on the knee that's staying still, because what you don't want to be doing is following that knee, or the other one drops open as well. So keeping that leg centered. So this is all about pelvic stability, about keeping those hips absolutely solid, even though you're dropping those knees out to the side, and obviously working that core as well to keep that back locked down. So this is the knee drops out to the side.
from that tabletop. And always the best stretch when you've done some core work while lying on your back is to just hug those knees in and rock from side to side. Good. We're going to talk through the stretches a bit, but the one more sort of exercise one I wanted to show you was lying on your side, on your elbow. Again, this is one that we did do. Elbow underneath the shoulder. If you have the arm like that, you're putting quite a lot of pressure through the shoulder joint. So just keep that elbow nicely underneath the shoulder. The waist wants to be lifted, so we're not in a nice comfy armchair position here, and top arm up to the ceiling. So on the in-breath, you're pushing that right hip forward and you're opening that hand out. Again, don't force it. Follow the hand with the head. On the out-breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feet through the gap, and we're creeping those fingers away. So again, you're getting that lovely rotational stretch. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap and creeping those fingers away. Good. And obviously hold this stretch as long as you want to. If it's feeling like it's a really good stretch, you could hold it for up to 10 seconds, especially the one where you're rotating, feeding the hand through. This one is lovely to hold for a couple of breaths. Deep breath in and out. Good. Top arm up to the ceiling, and then we're going to change sides here. So we're going to come down onto the right elbow. Knees and feet are stacked there. Elbow underneath the shoulder, waist lifted up away from the mat. Top arm up to the ceiling. So on the in breath, we're going to push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, we're going to bring the arm round, palm down, feed through the gap, and creep those fingers away. Good. In breath, arm to the ceiling, push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, we're bringing that arm round, palm down, feed through the gap, and creeping those fingers away. Good. Last time here now. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, bring the arm round, palm down, feed through the gap. Creep the fingers away. And we're going to just hold the stretch for a nice deep breath in and out. Good. Take that top arm up to the ceiling, and we're going to relax that back down. We're going to come back onto our lying on our backs now and just talk through these stretches. Now, these last two stretches are very good for any lower back discomfort you might be having. So we're going to cross the right knee over the left so the knees are meeting. Arms to the side and palms to the ceiling. You always want to think that you're using the top leg to apply a bit of pressure to the bottom leg. That just helps you to know which way to go. So obviously we go this way. I can't apply any pressure to that bottom leg. So top leg applies the pressure, bringing it over to the right, and then the head goes in the opposite direction. Now this is quite a strong stretch, so don't force it. Just think about those shoulders staying relaxed and down your back. Nice deep breath in and out, and then we're going to take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Slide the ankle back onto the knee. Now we did talk through this and you probably know this one anyway, but it's a glute piriformis stretch. So we're lifting that leg up. Make sure the head stays down on the floor. Chin towards the chest, so you lengthen through the back of the neck. And then you can place that right hand on your knee if you want to increase that stretch a little bit, and just gently push that knee away. It really targets that piriformis muscle, which can cause a lot of lower back pain. Good, so breathing through that, and again holding for about 10 seconds. Good, and then we're going to take both feet back down to the floor. Now we're going to cross the left knee over the right, arms to the side, palms to the ceiling. We're going to take both knees over to the left. Again, think about the top leg, being able to apply a bit of pressure to the bottom leg. Head goes in the opposite direction. And again, just breathing through that stretch. I will say sort of 10 seconds or 3 deep breaths in and out. Good, last deep breath in and out. Then we take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Slide that ankle back onto the knee. Draw the knee up to your chest, but keep your head down. Slide the chin towards your chest so you lengthen through the back of the neck. And then if you want to increase that stretch, just push that left knee away from you a fraction more. And again, that's really targeting that piriformis muscle. And deep breath in and out. Good. And last time, deep breath in and out. Brilliant. And then we're going to take that leg off. We're going to hug those knees into your chest. And I think just that's probably 20 minutes we've done now. That's just a lot of stretching and a bit of core work. So quite a nice one to do just for if you've got 20 minutes or something. And then, as I say, I'll send you that class that we're doing at the moment, because that covered a lot of the stuff we were doing as well, and that should set you on the road. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.